Check, check, check. Check, check.
Hi, I was looking for you. Oh, don't get up. You're okay. Hi, honey. Oh, you here the whole time.
Welcome into Buff Sports Live for the Rocky Mountain Showdown on the lacrosse field. It's the Colorado Buffaloes and Colorado State Rams. It's rainy, it's cold, there might be even a few snowflakes in the air. Cyrus, but we got a good lacrosse match coming ahead of us.
Yes, we do. Rocky Mountain Showdown, always a great game. We have it at home here today. You know what? It's perfect lacrosse weather. Wouldn't rather be anywhere else. Should have a great game. In this game, actually, while Colorado does have a better record overall, this game's going to decide who gets the third seed in the tournament. So a big game, a lot of implications.
A lot of bad blood between these teams normally. He's Cyrus Allen. I'm Jake Shapiro. We'll be joined by Zach Thompson in a second. We'll get the game for you right now.
Facing off today.
Getting ready for the first face-off between the Buffaloes and Rams here at Kit Ridge Field in Boulder, Colorado. Zach Thompson now on the microphone joining us as Colorado's Broderick Vitale wins this back, being fought for on the loose ball. Back towards Colorado's net where Russell Riley is in net for the Buffs today. Number 13 takes control. That's Cameron Babin. Loses it briefly. Still being fought for on the ground right in front of us. Babin takes it across the midfield line. Loses it over to the Rams. Zach, CSU, they on the year are 4-8, I believe, but they played Utah tough pretty recently.
That's true, yeah. They only lost in overtime by 1 goal, and they're still tied for third place currently in the RMLC. This game will determine that seeding as they're tied with the Colorado Buffaloes. Utah ended up beating BYU the other night to win the RMLC and finish the regular season undefeated. So this is a big game here.
CSU in green and gold, those green and gold helmets, same as they wear on the football field with the Ram spiral on each side. Colorado in white and black with black helmets today as they move down the right side. CSU does on the right side there. That's Brian McGee. He moves towards the net, throws it over to the near side where 34 takes the ball towards the net and will shoot it wide. CSU on the X, so they retain possession. Pete Applett with a nice play there. CSU on the far side of the field. A minute has expired thus far in the first quarter of play between the Colorado State Rams and Colorado Buffaloes. CSU behind the cage of Russell Riley. Throws it out in front. Weakly shot. Good defense there by the Buffs. Picked up by Jackson Marlowe and his long stick. Throws it over to his partner on the far side. That's 29, John Roach. And the Buffs will move it up. I'm sorry, that's 27, Nicky Cottrell. Russell Riley takes control, throws it over to the near side. Number 6 now with it, Ben Politz. Politz moves in towards the zone. Colorado with their first offensive possession of the game. Right side shot and a save. Nicely done there on the Ram defense by Frank Kulaney.
Big save for Frank early. Good to get his feet under him. Colorado offense going to be coming at him all day, but good early save.
And what do you have to do when you have a goaltender of that size? Because Kulaney's 6'4", 205 pounds out of Minneapolis. That is a big boy in net for the Rams.
Yeah, he's big, and you got to go low, especially if it starts to rain. The field gets a little slick. You're already on turf. But yeah, just like you said, you go low. Good goal early. That's how you do it.
Colorado takes a 1-0 lead just 2.5 minutes into this one as the Buffaloes get off to the start that they have not usually gotten off to, Zach. They've been called the Cardiac Kids for a reason.
Yeah, and that's a good start for them. And just as Cyrus says, you got to go low. And Carter Escada bounces that one from low to high right past Kulaney. It's a good start for the Buffaloes. And as we saw last week, the Buffaloes really need to get better at the fundamentals, passing, catching, winning 50-50 balls, getting ground balls, running through the balls. They just need to get better at all those simple things in order to beat these good RMLC teams.
Yeah, and as you saw, that goal came off of a turnover from CSU. They throw the ball away. Colorado with a good counter. Take advantage of those turnovers when they come.
Ground ball picked up by CSU over the midfield line with some speed. This is number 52, Kyle Robotine, and the ball is poked away from him, now on the ground. Rough game thus far. A lot of back and forth, mostly on the ground. Jack Polk with a shot and a save off the rifle from the ground. CSU, or rather Colorado, employing that strategy of throwing the ball towards the ground. CSU right back the other way on the rush. Pulls up about 20 feet out, and we'll move over to the right side. That's Peyton Trask.
And I like that shot coming from Polk. He gets it on a little bit of a turnover, caused turnover, and he brings it down, immediately takes a rip right after Carter's score. Put it on early.
11:45 left in the first. Colorado with a nice defensive play. Again, Jackson Marlowe, he's all over the field. It's his senior day. One of the better defenders for Colorado. Moving on the near side for the Buffaloes, this is Jack Polk once more. He throws it over to Johnny Roach, who gets the ball for the first time. Roach moves it over back to number 8, Galen Sloss, the sophomore, to the far side for Colorado, then right back up top. Number 18, Keon Reno with the ball, moving towards the net with a shot and a goal. Keon Reno with a nice slick shot moving far side on his senior day. 4 minutes into this one, giving Colorado a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, and talking about seniors, there are 4 big seniors here on Colorado's attack. 3 of them, Ben Wharton, John Roach, and Carter Escada, and then right there with Keon Reno.
Number 18, Kean Reed.
2 of them have already scored, so that's a good start for the seniors here today.
Exactly what you wanted, and they already got 4 quick shots. Haven't been playing long. They're putting high pressure on, taking shots. They didn't have a lot of space, and 2 goals, 2 low goals too.
Vitale back on for the draw. The CSU jerseys are nice. I like them a lot. The green and gold.
Now you like the green and the gold?
On these guys, it looks good. It's good on the lacrosse field. I don't know about the football field, Cyrus.
Not all, just a few fields.
Roach back over to Neubauer. Brock Neubauer with the ball for the first time, holding it with the left side of his body. Will spin back over to the right, looking for a pass. Instead, he takes it towards the net. Behind it now, finds his teammate Esqueda. The ball escapes from his stick, and CSU will take over. We saw that a few times, Zach, last Saturday, and it really cost the Buffaloes a good couple scoring opportunities. Rarely see Carter Esqueda make a miscue like that. It happens again. Of course, he's already got the goal, but he's looking to rebound after a tough game for him.
Yeah, they've just got to clean that up. Passing, catching especially. Simple things like that. In order to move the ball and have an effective attack, you really have to just do the fundamentals very well.
Slop moving through the middle of the field. A lot of slop.
But right now, CSU's having a really hard time clearing. They can't get it over into their offense. They do now, but so far Colorado being really aggressive in the midfield, not letting them get set.
CSU moves back over towards the X. That's 34, Gabe Reimshart. Moves it over to the near side for Josh Kelly. Back up top into the far side. Slow-moving CSU offense on their possessions thus far. Colorado doing a good job staying home in their box. Josh Kelly as the wind picks up here at Kittredge Field on the 40th parallel in Boulder, Colorado. Far side. CSU's number 24, A.J. Stewart, will leave a pass on towards the X, back down to number 50, Applet. He throws a quick pass out on top, and CSU's moving it counterclockwise and now back clockwise to the near side. Nice defensive stand there by Marlowe and a teammate, number 40, Zane Larson.
It's a good double team early. They almost got it back, but they're putting pressure, not letting CSU really get into their crease, even come close to it so far.
CSU again from behind the net will try to set up towards the middle of the Colorado defense, and they smother that CSU player, so much so that I didn't even get a number on that. That's just great defense from the Buffaloes as Marlowe takes control of the ball on the near side towards us.
That's what they got to do. They tried to get that pass in. CSU not with a great offensive possession, but CSU smothering, like you said, getting to the player quickly.
Neubauer on the run towards the net will hustle back on the Pac-12 logo. Colorado women's team hosts the Pac-12 tournament next weekend. It's going to be a great event. They had their senior day yesterday here at Kittredge Field, and they won the Pac-12 championship. Congrats to those girls. Moving down the far side and then behind the net. Open shot for Colorado. Shot and a goal coming from Ross McDonald. He fires high, and the Buffs are on the board again. 3-0 with 8:43 left in the first.
Better check the twine on that one. There might be a hole in that net. Yikes.
That was Ross McDonald with a score for the Buffaloes off the pass from Carter Escada.
And Carter on that one also adding to his season total. He had 15 assists coming in. That makes it 16 now on the year. I believe he leads the team in that category.
Vitale again on the draw for Colorado. 3-0 quickly out of the gates for the Buffaloes here against their arch rival Rams. On a cold and cloudy day on the Front Range. One back towards the defense. Nice job by Vitale picking it up off the ground. He moves on the near side, holding it with his right hand. Over to John Roach. He'll get a screen from Vitale. He'll go off to make a change, and Roach is getting ready to set up the offense for Colorado, as he normally does. Throws it over to teammate number 18, Kian Reno. He's already got a goal on the afternoon. Moves down on the right side. Nice move behind the net on the pass to Escueda. Comes out, pops a shot, goes off the post. Pops up very high, and it picked up on the far side by 36, Ben Willows. Willows will slow it down for Colorado over there on that far side, way away from us. Over on the shot from number 11, Ben Wharton, and he puts Colorado right back on the board 30 seconds later, and the Buffs lead 4-0. Timeout CSU.
It is just rapid fire coming from the Buffs right now. They're just pouring it on, not giving CSU a chance to get their defense. They got no chance, and they're early on up 4-0 early.
Yeah, and Ben Wharton, he came in leading the Buffs with goals with 33. That's his 34th on the season. Another great goal. These seniors getting active, and CSU getting pelted there deep. Had to call a timeout and talk things over.
8:03 left in the first. Jake Shapiro, Cyrus Allen, and Zach Thompson on the broadcast for BuffSports Live, your home for Colorado sports that are not on the Pac-12 Network or ESPN or Fox Sports 1. We are the last option, but we like to think we are still a good option.
I think we're the best option.
We, according to ourselves.
If I were to judge us, I'd say that we are the best option.
We are your home for Colorado Club sports, and we've got a weekly television show, 4:15 on Fridays. Did you miss it this week? I bet you did. Catch it next week.
Shameless plug. I love it.
Shameless.
I love it.
We're going to have a live stream of our guy Vinay Simlot at the Pac-12 Championship during our show.
Look at that.
Next Friday. So
audio-visual storytelling at its best.
make sure you figure out how, or watch when we figure out how to screw that up. Anyway.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if many of you guys remember me. I was here last year, and I promised you a bug throughout the whole season, and I did not deliver on that. Didn't have a bug, didn't have a scoreboard throughout the whole season. Our engineer whiz tech, Mitch, comes in, has it first game.
That's Mitch Sanchez back there on the camera and the producing side. It's funny because we've got three guys just holding microphones and talking, and Mitch is doing things that I have no concept of. John Galvin, the coach at CU, is like, Jake, you can come do the game, right? I'm like, for one of the games we couldn't do this year. And I said, no, Mitch is sick. We couldn't do it. He's like, well, you can hold the microphone and talk. Like, you have no idea. I don't even know what Mitch is doing. So thank you to Mitch Sanchez. I know a lot of you guys follow me on Twitter or whatever and say thanks for calling. But it's really Mitch who does a lot of this. And on my senior day, I couldn't have a shout out for Mitch, or couldn't miss a shout out for Mitch after doing all this for hockey, women's hockey, D2 hockey, and lacrosse.
You're making me emotional, man. You got to stop.
Right?
That was heartfelt.
Vitale on the draw as play resumes here in Boulder. Moves down the left side on a pass to Escueda. Colorado draws a penalty over on the near side. A shot goes just wide. Colorado State having trouble controlling this loose ball. Finally picked up, and that penalty will be whistled down. What did we see there, boys?
Well, Colorado's actually doing really well off the face-off so far. Broderick Vitale came in 89 and 92, so just under 50%, whereas Kenny Madison for CSU was up above 60%. So Vitale's doing a really good job, fighting hard, and there he drew a penalty. So
I'll tell you what, you get a great opportunity to go up 5-0. You got to man up. This is one where you take your time. They've been running quick all day, but right now you take your time, find your shot.
Buffs with the man up here for a full minute. Wharton on the far side, up top to Escueda, moves it over to the near side for 46 Snodgrass. Onto the X. Colorado throws it right back to Snodgrass, looking for a pass towards the middle, and that's Escueda up top. He'll reset for Colorado, rifles one off the side. Down low, and a diving shot coming off the stick of Carr. That one's bumped out of the crease, and it ends up behind the net on the X, where CSU will try to clear.
It was a good shot. It was a great pass by Escueda to find the man down low. Didn't have a lot of space. Tried to go low once again, but a good save. But not a terrible possession for a man up. But now 20 seconds still left to kill for CSU.
CSU doing a good job of eating some clock here through the middle of the field. Is that a whistle? What are we hearing?
They're gotta get the ball over. We're running out of time. Like we had turnovers, so now Colorado coming the other way.
Colorado with the man up, able to ride really hard. They've been riding hard. They've been aggressive all day so far, but with the man up, they really had the extra opportunity to ride that hard and force a failed clear.
And right, I mean, they've been forcing turnovers. Yeah, I mean, Galvin known for his hard ride. He does that a lot. we'll see if he continues. It's been working so far.
And a lot of emotions on the field today. Senior Day, Rocky Mountain Showdown, last game here at Kittredge Field. You can feel it from these Buffaloes. Near side shot and a goal. Carter Escuedo with a rifle between the legs of the CSU goaltender, and Colorado up 5-0.
Well, 5-hole, watch out. I don't know how he got it through. It was a tight fit. Carter somehow, some way, finding the gap.
With the score for the Buffaloes.
What a start for John Galvin's club. With 6:20 left in the first, the Buffs are already ahead 5-0. And some CSU fans, if you didn't hear what they just said, they said, quote, pathetic lacrosse.
I'm inclined to agree with that fan.
I tend to go on the other side. I think Colorado's just come out great. Maybe I'm seeing it Mr. Positively over here.
No, I like that. That's right. No, we're just so good.
Not we, Cyrus.
I'm on this team. I don't know if you know that.
I am not. Vitale having some issues there. And that'll be a penalty, or not a penalty rather, but a whistle against CSU, and Colorado will take control off this face-off. Roach on the near side throws a pass over for Esqueda. Esqueda starting off hot for the Colorado Buffaloes. On this cold day, can he heat it up? Roach retreats, throws it over to the far side for number 21. Brock Neubauer, and another goal. Can you even get excited at this point? It's got a half a dozen. We've only got a half a dozen minutes left in the first quarter, and they've already got a half a dozen. I don't know if the Buffs over there on the sidelines are even, there we go. See that from number 20 over there on the Colorado sidelines? That's Luke Miller pretending he's hitting a drive. That was his celebration on a golf course. Watched it go really far, and then gave a little Tiger Woods fist pump. That was the celebration on the Colorado sideline.
You just explained that celebration better than you did that goal. That was amazing. There's so much detail. I like that.
Shows where my head's at.
Hey, I bet you that. I mean, you got to work through your celebrations. They don't just come up with those on the spot. End of practice, you got to practice. You know you're going to score a lot.
Goals can come just off of a bounce. You can't choreograph. You can't just bounce a celebration. You choreograph them. Moving behind towards the X for CSU. 5:45 left in the first. Colorado State with the ball for the first time in what seems like an eternity.
They've had one shot on goal so far, maybe not even.
Yeah, that barely got to Russell Riley, too. It just kind of bounced towards him, scooped it up off the ground. Maybe a two-hopper.
A lot of that because of Jackson Marlowe right in front of the net. He's been playing out of his mind so far today.
And a great check there by Blake Sandman. Unjars the ball, and upfield for Colorado. They run. Jack Polk on the near side. He wants to shoot, and he doesn't get that shot lane, so he'll take it behind the cage on the goal line extended right side, right about that Pac-12 logo. He's trying to make some moves. He does not want to pass, finally does, and he hits his teammate Nick Koulias. Koulias moves towards the left side. He gets a screen from a teammate. He retreats, and that will be a whistle against Colorado. Illegal screen on Ben Wharton, and CSU takes right back over. CSU. Watch this on this offensive possession for CSU, boys. They start so far out because Colorado's doing such a good job of keeping them out on the perimeter.
This might be the closest they've been to the goal in 10 minutes. I mean, they haven't done anything.
Close does not count in lacrosse is what I've been taught and learned this year.
I've heard that.
Only counts in horseshoes.
Yeah, and grenades.
Grenades, too.
Those are the only two, though. Lacrosse? No, sir.
Far side for CSU behind the goal. Buffs defense is stealth today. Near side, they keep moving towards that net. Russell Riley holding tight. Colorado just giving that player a rough ride. That's Pete Applett. I do not want to know what his arms look like after those sticks got to him. Applett moves on the far side, trying to find somewhere towards the net. Can't even pass the ball. Wow, this Colorado defense is deadly.
And Applett, I mean, he's one of their leading scorers. He's just trying to kind of go ISO, get something going, and the defense not giving an inch.
And Delaney can't even get that shot off for CSU on the right side there. Colorado moving upfield across the midfield line. And they'll stop towards the logo. Over there on the left, that's Esqueda. He's got 2 on the afternoon. He'll slow it down for the Buffaloes. Wharton now. Near side for Galen Sloss. He circles the wagons and throws it over to the left side for Peter Bogard. Bogard on the run to the near side for Snodgrass. He moves it back over to Carr. Carr in bumper-to-bumper traffic. Can he get towards the net? Nope, he's going to have to exit off the freeway to the right side, moves it over to the near side. Shot coming, and it's saved by the CSU goalkeeper.
Well, finally, I mean, a shot saved. It went low on it, and it was a good look, but goalie up to the task.
3 minutes left in the first, 6-0 Colorado. Behind the net, CSU. They're 4-8 on the year, Colorado 9-3, and that's kind of how this game has been played out thus far in the first quarter. Still plenty of time left.
And I mean, you say those records, but this is an unmotivated CSU team right now because this game would decide the number 3 seed, and it seems like CSU is just fine with letting CU come in and take it.
That normally does not work out well when you want to do that and then go have to play in the postseason the next week. It's hard to turn it off and turn it back on.
And both teams will be in. This is just to decide who is the 3 and the 4 seed.
On the X, CSU holding the ball for a long while here. Jackson Marlowe almost broke that up. Shot goes wide of Russell Riley, and CSU closest to it. They'll keep possession.
And that's great from Russell Riley because he hasn't had many shots. You get a free look on, you get a shot coming across your chest. Big save.
Yeah, the first time he's really been tested today. That's the first time CSU's been able to push inside and get a decent shot that wasn't blocked right inside. In the start of this possession, this was really the first easy clear for them, the first time they were able to just run it across the field. Not sure if Galvin changed his play calling to do a little more man-to-man or just test their D guys a little bit. You never know.
100 seconds left in the first quarter. CSU on the near side looking for some open space. Pass inside broken up by Colorado, but a whistle comes and blows it down. CSU will keep the ball.
Here we go, boys!
I don't know. You CSU, you gotta get a goal here. After a just really rough first quarter, you down 6-0, go into first break with something.
Brian McGee near side throws it over his teammate Grant Brennan. Brennan across the cage trying to find McGee, intercepted by Colorado, and they move the other way. Nice play by Sandman to capitalize on the bad pass from CSU, and up the field is Nicky Cottrell.
And we've seen that a lot here today where CSU's just dropping balls, dropping passes, fundamentals. You talked about that's important for CU to get their fundamentals, and now CSU's just really not doing well.
Sloss moving towards the cage, makes one move, now towards it with a shot, goes off the goaltender's leg, bounces up and towards the freeway. It'll stay with Colorado with 47 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, and on the last couple, Frank Colhaney's actually made some good low saves after getting pelted.
What
was that?
Goal from
What was
Ben
that?
Willows, who puts it past Mulaney, and 7-0 Colorado leads with 40 seconds left in the first.
I think someone heard you talking.
That one off of Ben Willows, the cannon of an arm. Put him in just to take shots just like that. He's one of the only guys that can shoot from that far out and make it look that easy.
And that was exactly what CSU did not want. They have the ball. They want to get the last possession. Instead, 40 seconds left. CU now going up 7. Ouch. I think it's me, guys. I think I'm the good luck charm. It's my first game. I mean,
I think so too.
Have you guys seen a quarter like this from the Buffs yet?
No. I can say confidently we have not seen a quarter like this from the Buffs.
But I've only seen quarters like this from the Rams.
Nice.
Think about that. Deep thought. Colorado State takes this after the face-off violation. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. They throw it over to the far side. A couple teammates regroup over there. Substitutions coming as well. We'll see if they can net one before the end of the first quarter. At this point, it's all about building some mo. Up top, CSU now towards the net. Nice check from behind. No shot getting off there from any of the Rams' sticks. 10 seconds left in the quarter.
Gotta get something. You gotta go ISO at this point. Beat someone, get a shot.
Far side. Here it comes from the stick of 24, A.J. Stewart. That one goes wide, and that one will end the quarter.
And that pretty much sums up the quarter for the Rams. Trying to get something, and they come away with a shot that really doesn't even go on net, and that's just dominating quarter.
After one, it's Colorado 7, Colorado State nothing. We'll be back for the second quarter in about 90 seconds, so stick with us.
You know, you just keep it actually. I like this. I don't want to play like this.
Oh, you're fine.
Once again, we'd like to welcome all the fans out here on a chilly Saturday afternoon here to Kittredge Field. Thanks for coming to all the CU and CSU fans for the Rocky Mountain Showdown. This game is on live stream, buffsports.live/lax. We have Jake and Zach over there making the call. It's also on Lax Talks Radio, so you can listen to it that way as well. Michael Spencer from CS4 is here, and Andrew Onakera. You can also follow the Buffaloes on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter.
That was surprising, especially with this being such a good rivalry. I was thinking like throw the records out the window. It's a rivalry game. Anything can happen. I guess that's anything too.
Is this working out fine for you with Cyrus?
Okay. It's fun like doing it with him.
It's more of a conversation, which is how TV should be.
Yeah.
Take off my shirt and streak.
Paint your chest. We're gonna start the second quarter also talking about like a little bit of the history of this rivalry.
Okay, let's see that right now. Back for the second quarter of action between Colorado and Colorado State here in Boulder, Colorado on Kittredge Field, where the Buffaloes lead the Rams 7-0. Jake Shapiro is joined by Zach Thompson and Cyrus Allen. Zach, this game maybe not the one we expected in the first quarter because history dictates that these two teams play each other close no matter what they do in a season.
Yeah, absolutely. A few years ago, these were the two best teams in the MCLA year in and year out. They played in the 2013 National Championship game. That game was won by CSU with a score of 7-2. And since then, though, Colorado has had CSU's number. They have won 6 consecutive, including RMLC and regular season games. 2 of them coming last year within 2 weeks, the last game of the regular season and then the first game of the RMLC tournament.
And CSU's had some coaching turmoil the last few years since that national championship, Zach.
Absolutely, yeah. They've had 3 head coaches. Currently they're coached by Ryan McDonald, who has been around the team. But yeah, they also added to their coaching staff, adding 2 coordinators in Patrick Sullivan and Jake Flax, and then 2 assistant coaches, Dan Warfield and Tanner Duggan.
I look across the field at our friends over there at Inside Lacrosse Radio, Lacrosse Talk Radio, and I like how they fit enough people under the tent, but not all of them.
Not all of them.
There's one guy.
One guy gets under the rain.
There's just one guy that's got there under the rain that's sitting in the tent. And let me tell you, folks, it is cold and it is raining. The temperatures have dropped. The rain has returned. The start of the first quarter, it was kind of dry and the sun was peeking out. Not so much any longer. It is 2 jacket weather for Cyrus Allen and 2 hoodie weather for Shapiro.
I went and put another one on. Oh, yeah.
Can only imagine being out there in shorts right now. Far side CSU with the ball.
You're nice and hot out there. They got the blood running. At
We're
least
lucky
CU
with
does.
the lack of wind, though. The wind the last couple of weeks was that was killer.
Can't spell wind without win. CSU
It's
on the
true.
near
Can
side.
confirm. Looked it up. Just did a fact check. Can confirm.
Moving over to the right. Colorado State possessing the ball for the entire start of the second quarter thus far, not doing much with it. They've had trouble shooting towards the net, which is pretty key if you want to score. Grant Brennan moving from the goal line, throws it behind. CSU with a nice play, goes off the back of the cage, I believe, and Russell Riley with some great hustle gets closest to the ball, and it will give Colorado possession. Sloss will try to clear for Colorado. It throws it over to Riley and then over to Marlowe. Jackson Marlowe with the big body, the big stick. What will he do with it? He throws it over to a teammate across the line, and that's Will Myers. Myers on the run towards the net. I'm sorry, that's not Myers, that's Kean Reno. Over to the near side for Escada. Back out to Politz. Throwing it over to Davis Barker. Barker towards the net, behind it now, and then swung around to Escada up top. Going over to the right side for Willows. He's got one on the afternoon. He's spinning, trying to create that shot lane. Miscommunication on CSU and taken advantage of by Johnny Roach. Two CSU defenders ran into each other, and Johnny Roach put it in the back of the net. Colorado up 8-0.
Yeah, again, these seniors coming out big. Johnny Roach living right where he likes to be, right in front of the net, down low. Good shot, and again, like you said, just taking advantage of players down.
The score for the Buffaloes off the pass from Ben Willows.
And again, another choreographed celebration there on the Colorado bench. I didn't get to catch the whole thing.
That one kind of looked more like a mosh pit, just kind of jumping and yelling.
I was going to say they were doing some
still
kind of
choreographed.
cheer thing. They were jumping up and down all together at the same time.
Yeah. No, a lot of work goes into that. That doesn't just happen.
You know what's funny? When you jump to the earth,
Yeah.
the earth actually moves up to you as well as you moving down to the earth.
A little bit of both? Okay.
The earth weighs a lot much more, so it only moves about, an unmeasurable amount of atoms, but it does move up towards you because that's how gravity works.
Interesting.
Ladies
We're going
and
to
gentlemen,
fact check
we have
that.
a physics
We're going to fact check
lesson
that
here.
during the show. Don't worry. We'll
CSU
see.
is a research institution.
Yes, and very good at physics.
I am not. Escada behind the net for Colorado. Roach will try to physically put this ball in the net. We'll see if he has some good chemistry with his teammates. Roach moving over to the far side, over the goal line extended. What kind of geometry will he apply here? On the right side for Neubauer. Neubauer with some good language skills over there. Finding a teammate out in front with a shot. Roach just goes high. He'll have to reassess next time on his calculations.
That's about enough.
Okay.
That's enough out of you, science man.
Shot saved by CSU's big goalie. We'll just call him Big Frank.
There's a big shot, too, on Willows. Wharton rather got hit on that shot.
And a really nice play by Colorado, forcing a turnover taken by Wharton. Down low, and a shot, and a goal from Carter Escada. He's got the hat trick, and Colorado leads in the Rocky Mountain Showdown 9-0 right at the start of the second quarter.
Yikes.
Wow, this is incredible. That nugget, though, that was all set up by a great play by Nick Cottrell, forcing the turnover and a quick just transition goal. Great pass, great shot. Everything is working flawlessly so far for the Buffaloes.
I mean, the ride is working so well. You can barely clear. And when you get that turnover, and then Wharton's going Wharton got hit on that shot previously, gets back, and then finds Escada. It's just domination.
Thankfully for the Buffaloes, there is no pass interference in this sport, so they will be not hearing any of that from the Ram fans.
No, they will not.
Roach, up top, near side, Jack Polk, senior from Dover, Massachusetts, to Dover Sherborne High School. Gives it over to a teammate. That's Ryan Russell. Shot is loose out in front, picked up by Wharton. He throws it towards the net and throws it, unfortunately for Colorado, right into the stick of the goaltender. He had the open cage, and Colorado again with a great defensive stand there as Colorado State tries to make the clear, and the Buffaloes force another turnover. Colorado State has more turnovers than they do shots, I believe. Right side for the Buffaloes. That's 32, Peter Bogard. He circles back, throws it over to the near side for Polk. Polk deking, moves down low towards the goal line, finds a teammate. That's Escada, pops out, great pass, and a goal! What a beauty from Ben Wharton as the Colorado Buffaloes go all Harlem Globetrotters on the Colorado State Rams.
That was an amazing pass from Escada. He kind of just looked like he was just holding the ball low. He might have gone for the shot and kind of flicked it over.
What did you tell me on the car ride over here, Cyrus? You'll see some behind the back from Carter Escada
I told
every
you.
now and then. You called it.
Told you.
Score for Ben Wharton.
10-0 Colorado on the Wharton goal. 10:35 left in the second.
So the last goal, Wharton to Escada. This goal, Escada to Wharton. It's working.
That's what you do. You got to help your teammates out.
You help me, I help you. Now the rain come down a little harder.
Colorado State might try to get this one called due to rain before it goes official here.
Put them out of
before
their
it goes
misery.
in
I
for the
mean,
first
goodness.
half. Buffs pick up this ball off the face-off violation. Politz moves into the zone. Over back to Roach. He, with some speed, goes over to Wharton. Down low for Esqueda. He's been the man to watch for the Buffs. He throws it over to Politz. Politz will circle back down low behind the net. He finds Wharton. Wharton pops out. Shot on the dive. That one goes short side and wide. And John Roach comes out of nowhere to save that possession for Colorado. Roach passes it over to a teammate near side now for 12, Ryan Russell. Down low. Shot from Esqueda. That one rifles just wide on the sidearm shot. Buffalo's just having a shooting range over here on the left side of our camera angle.
Yeah, and you'd think CSU is going to want to call a timeout soon just to give Frank Culhaney a breather.
They got to do something. He is under fire.
Yeah.
Hamlet over there to Russell near side. Esqueda with a shot and another
goodness.
goal. Esqueda's got 4 on a day he will never forget here on his senior day. 11-0 Buffaloes with 9:44 left in the second.
The bench is going to run out of ideas. There's no way they planned for a 20-goal game. There's no way. They can't have that many celebrations. I refuse to believe it.
Then I won't give them an A on the day. You got to have alternate celebrations ready.
You got to have some in the back pocket. You're right. You're right.
If I went over there and interviewed them after the game, I'm sure they would say, we expect to score 100 goals in a game. Of course we've got 100 celebrations.
If they take anything from the NCAA women's team.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, they get wild on the sidelines.
Yes.
I do like that it is goal specific.
Yes.
Depending on the goal, that depends on the celly. You can't just sell it the same for every goal.
We mentioned them earlier, but we now have a second to talk about them. What an unbelievable season for the women.
Oh, goodness. First season in the Pac-12, Pac-12 champions. They're going to, they have a good chance. They host the Pac-12 tournament here at home, here in Boulder. I think they could make a run deep. They got the player of the year, possibly, a candidate at least on their team.
Yeah, or a couple of them.
Yeah, a couple of them, goodness.
They have great players all up and down the field, and it was a great year for Ann Elliott.
Great year for Ann Elliott in the first year of the Pac-12, and Colorado's done such a good job of building that program in just a few years. And of course, the tragedy earlier this year, we see it on the lacrosse field. Zach's got it on his shirt. JS for Julia Scalaro, who died in a car accident right before the start of the lacrosse season. She has been on the mind of everyone in the lacrosse community in Colorado, so just got to put that out there as always, because that's always in the back of our minds. And great job honoring her today, and that's actually why that shot goes off the post. That's actually why we couldn't get a lacrosse player out to do this game like I said we were last broadcast. It's because Kelsey Garrison from the journalism school, who we were going to, and a great player on that lacrosse team, is planting a tree in memory of Julia this afternoon, so she couldn't make it, obviously.
That's nice. Kelsey Garrison, all-time ground ball leader in CU lacrosse history.
She's like one of my best friends, and I didn't know that. Maybe I should know that.
You should know that. I'm disappointed.
I know she writes VO as well. That's what I know about her. Anyway, CSU goes back on offense. Colorado leading them by 11. And ground ball picked up by the Buffaloes. That's number 40, Zane Larson.
Zane Larson kind of just went and saw that through the middle and stole it and said, that's mine. Uh-oh, here comes the long pole. Take it down, big fella.
That's Blake Sandman. And the Sandman will not make the Rams regret that they ever thought about the Sandman.
Oh, players hitting the floor, and that'll be a flag, but...
Actually, it's a field in lacrosse, Cyrus.
You're right. That's my bad.
This flag will probably go against Colorado, but I'm unsure. We're going to look for the ruling over there on the far side. Two officials are having a meeting. It's 35 degrees right now and raining. Wind about 5 miles an hour. Is
that a rough guesstimate? Do you have a finger up in the air?
No, I looked at my phone about it.
Look at you.
And our friend Shannon over there on the other side, she said, what a beautiful day for lacrosse. It's a beautiful day for something. And lacrosse may be it. Skiing might be fun today.
Nah, it's lacrosse. Perfect lacrosse weather.
30-second penalty against Christian Snodgrass. Colorado State with their best opportunity of the game. They've got the man up now. Rams will circle with it up top. Number 18, that's Brian McGee. He's had the ball a couple times for CSU today, over to the near side and right back to McGee. Behind the net now, popping back out with it, trying to find that shot lane. 10 seconds left on the man up. Towards the goal line, extended on the near side. Colorado State cannot get a shot lane open.
They weren't even looking for a shot there.
And now they do.
Look at me.
And that's A.J. Stewart, who pops out from the middle of the defense, back out and shoots it from the far side and puts it 5-hole on Russell Riley. And they take an 11-1. They cut it to 11-1, I should say.
Little known fact, Jake, I don't know if you know about this, but 11-1 is the most dangerous lead in all of lacrosse. I don't know if you knew that. Most dangerous lead.
As one of my friends once told me, you know why 11's my favorite number?
Tell me.
Because it means I'm number 1 twice.
Ooh, nice.
And I'm sure that's Ben Wharton's strategy for the Colorado Buffaloes.
That makes sense,
well.
sure. I could believe that.
Roderick Vitale on for the draw for the Buffs.
Well, that's what they needed. You take the man-up advantage, waited till the very last second. It didn't look like they were going to get much, but finally do. And
oh, here's the bad blood. Roderick Vitale with a couple shoves, getting in the face of number 13, Kenny Madison. And
there it is. You're gonna, if you're CSU, you're gonna see that you can't let emotions get you. But when you're kind of getting dominated that much, you're getting down that much, you're gonna get a little frustrated.
And now that they've got that goal on the board, scoreboard feels a little bit less tilted. Right side for Davis Barker. Down beneath the net for Escada. Popped back out for 18, Kian Reno.
And here comes the cannon. Ben Willows on the field again.
Davis Barker. Back to the cannon. There's Willows. Getting ready for that shot. They'll set it up, probably throw it around counterclockwise and find him. Instead, Barker will try to find it back behind the X. Right out in front, wide open.
Oh, it was too easy.
Another one from...
Oh, no, they're going to call it off. He's in the crease. He's in the crease.
And Carr will not add any insurance on that goal for Colorado, as it's been taken away for that crease violation. But again, another great pass for Escada.
That was he was wide open. That's not on Escada. He gave him the opportunity. Just too many inches inside.
And here's another great forced turnover by the Buffaloes on the ride. Now they're going to try to successfully clear it and get another attacking possession.
Colorado on the near side right there with the ball. That's 18, Kian Reno. To the far side for Barker. He muscles in towards the middle of the defense. Has to retreat, and he finds his teammate now, Polk, moving over to the left side. Polk can't get the run that he wanted, and he'll throw it back to Escada. Watch this man. I'm going to start calling him El Mongo.
What does that mean?
The magician.
Was that French?
No, it's Spanish. Really?
I don't know. Sounded like you just said mango.
I'm going to start going weedy witty Broderick Vitale on the face-off draws.
Ooh, like that.
We saw we Vitali'd.
I like that one.
Okay.
Now you're speaking my language.
11-1, you got to have some kind of language going on here. I know CSU's got some kind of language going on their sidelines right now.
Not broadcast appropriate.
Well, it's YouTube, so it is.
Hey,
shot goes
look at
wide,
that.
and CSU or Colorado closest to the ball.
Does that mean I have the green light, Jake?
I don't know. Let's look back at Mitch.
Yeah, let's look it back. Mitch
just green lit us.
Okay. I hear we do have some young listeners, though. We have
the voice of reason.
Near side shot and a goal from Davis Barker. He goes 5-hole on Big Frank, and he gives Colorado a dozen as they lead 12-1.
It's too easy down low.
It's too 5:17 left.
Easy.
Davis Barker with a score off the pass from Bendels.
It's cold and it's rainy, but these fans that have showed up by now the hundreds to Kittredge Field are standing, and they are happy. They're cheering. 12-1. It's easy to cheer for. To our right, though.
CSU fans
quiet.
Not as happy. Not as loud. Ooh, there's a big hit.
Well, the score
You dropped something.
The score has hit CSU Twitter, and they are not happy. They've never been happy once, I don't believe. Galen Sloss over to the near side for Escada.
Oh,
Shot!
my goodness.
And he goes shelf. That's 5 for Escada, and it's now a baker's dozens for the Buffaloes. Timeout, CSU. Colorado 13, CSU 1.
CSU called timeout.
You don't see John Galvin get excited on the sidelines very often.
He's
but
usually pretty reserved.
When that timeout was called, he was on the field pumping up his team. They are excited to be up 13-1 in the second quarter in the Rocky Mountain Showdown.
This is nuts.
Zach, tell us what we'll be doing during halftime.
Well, during halftime, we will be joined by the assistant coach of the NCAA women's lacrosse team. That's Mitch Fenton. He played for this men's lacrosse team here and then coached for many years under John Galvin before moving over to Ann Elliott's coaching staff. So he'll come and he'll talk to us both about this game here and about the women winning the regular season Pac-12 championship. And that's coming up in just under 5 minutes of game time as we have 4:54 left on the clock.
Okay, what could John Galvin possibly have said during that break? Okay, guys.
I'd have to imagine.
Keep doing it.
I was just have to imagine there's not a lot of tactics going on. Probably just
Hey, you know what you're doing? I think you guys can keep doing it.
keep doing that stuff.
Keep winning the game.
Yeah.
As my baseball coach in high school would say all the time, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, don't stink.
Sounds like a wise man.
Yeah.
Good coach.
He was very, very wise.
And how are you as a team?
We stunk.
Oh,
Well, you didn't listen.
Right.
That's not on him.
We
That's
didn't
not
listen
on
to
the coach.
Right. We can't.
He did his job.
He did his job. He told us not to stink, and we stink.
Go, Trey!
It's just down the road at Scott Carpenter Field because I went to Boulder High School, one of the rare ones.
Local kid.
We don't have any Boulder High School grads on this team, do we? Yeah, we do. We've got Cleveland McCarthy. I forgot about that. I went to high school with Cleveland.
Nice.
Didn't remember that he was on the team. He hasn't played much. I blame Galvin for that. Cleveland's a good kid. I bet he'll play some today. I don't know why I'm calling him a kid. He's like 2 years younger than me.
Anyone that's younger than you, you can officially call a kid, I believe.
Okay.
I'll check the
Check
There's
the kid.
check-
I'll check the internet on that, but
if they're in college, you can always call them college kids.
Call myself a kid. John Roach with the ball for Colorado. It's probably going to end up in the back of the net. If it's on his stick, let's be honest. He's that good. Escada on the far side. Behind the net and a bad pass because it didn't end up on John Roach's stick.
A rare miscue for the Buffaloes offense. But, again, turning it over on the ride.
CSU's just had no possession this game. They can't clear the ball to save their lives.
And
John Galvin calls a
timeout.
possession timeout there as his man was...
What does that mean for our newcomers, Zach?
So that's just look. He thought they were gonna lose the ball, so calls timeout to keep possession.
So it's like in basketball when you're about to have a jump ball for the newcomers.
Sure,
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Hey, I just want more people to learn the beautiful game of lacrosse.
there are a lot of similarities between lacrosse and many other sports.
And other sports.
Mainly that they play sports.
Mainly that they play sports. They play
It's
on the
athletic.
field that's about the same size as a soccer field with similar number of players, similar positions. We have midfielders, attack, defense, goalie.
And of course, you have the similarities between the 100-meter dash and lacrosse. and
Let
the
me
fact
tell
they
you
both
what.
Run.
I agree with that statement at a very deep level. You can't do a 100-yard dash in lacrosse. You can't play.
This conversation is hurtling me.
Nice.
All right, I'm done.
Really? After that, just one and you're done?
No, I'm definitely not done.
It's hard to
We got a 13-1 game. I'm
track
definitely not done.
puns.
Yeah. unfortunately for those watching, score is probably going to increase for the Buffs, and we are going to decrease in our
Professionalism?
professionalism,
Yes,
actual,
yes, yes.
talking about the game. That's why you tune in, though, I'd like to think. For us.
As someone
Not for the
once
game.
said about Harry Carey, tune in to watch the Cubs win or to see Harry Carey.
Who said that?
I don't know. Someone said that about
I think
Harry.
you. Did you just quote yourself? I love that.
Well, I wasn't really alive for much of the Harry Carey days, so the 3-year-old Jake Shapiro probably did not say that.
I don't know. We'll have to
of the
fact check
Cubs,
with your dad.
They are in town playing the Rockies down in Denver.
I will be there tonight for work, so
Hopefully it's more competitive than last night.
or not, depending on who you're rooting for.
Oh.
On the left side, I mean, I'm not rooting for anyone. Shot and a goal.
Back
That
to Lacrosse.
one coming from Peter Bogard as he bogarts that ball into the back of the net. 14-1, Colorado.
Number 32, Peter Bogard, off the pass from Ryan.
3:45 left in the second quarter. Colorado leading by almost a touchdown now.
Do you know how much is in a touchdown?
Well, that's why I said almost a touchdown, because they're not leading by 12, but also not leading by 14, so they missed one extra point.
That would be
Okay,
2
so
touchdowns.
yeah, they missed an extra point.
Yeah.
2 touchdowns
Oh,
and an extra
I didn't
point.
even do the 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was like, is
Yeah.
one to?
You're right.
You got it. Similarities between lacrosse and football.
Like we were talking
There are
about,
points in both of them.
like we were talking about physics earlier. Not good at math over here. Colorado takes control of another face-off with a shot, and that one goes wide off Pollitz's stick. And guess who? John Roach there for the Buffaloes. He takes control. Roach on the near side. Where is everyone on the Buffaloes offense? There comes the late substitutions. Brief second there, they had 3 guys on the field.
They probably still score.
Wow. You're going to make some CSU parents mad that are listening to this broadcast.
It's 14-1. I think I've earned that right.
You think the Buffaloes have earned that right for you. Brock Neubauer over to the near side for Nick Koulis. He moves towards the net. We'll give it over to the X for the Buffaloes. Over on the far side is Neubauer once more. He'll retreat back towards the logo, and he throws a pass over to number 14, Ross McDonald. McDonald hop steps a few times now towards the cage with a shot goes off the shoulder of Big Frank over there, and Colorado controls.
That's where his size comes in. You go high, and it looked like it was a pretty high shot, but it went off his chest.
Joe Parrish listening into the broadcast, and more importantly, Ben Parrish, Joe's little brother.
Hey, Ben.
Tweets. I don't know if he's listening or not. Near side for McDonald for Colorado. 2:40 left in the second quarter. 14-1 is the score. McDonald will move on a few times, gives the ball over to Neubauer, and Neubauer stops and will hustle down towards the X, where he gives the ball over to number 44, Jack Carr. Carr loses this on the ground, picked up by Frank, and he'll throw it over to the near side for his teammate, number 37, Brian Metadrop.
And an offsides is called, and the Buffaloes get the ball back. Another failed clear for CSU.
Some indecisiveness in the pocket there from the CSU passer. Near side McDonald. Pass over to the far side for Colorado's 24, Koulis. He'll stop, gets the ball taken from him, and we'll have to pick it right back up off the ground. Near side McDonald once more. Carrying the ball away from his body. Pass over to his teammate Neubauer. Down low now for Colorado. On the X is Roach. Back to Neubauer once more. Neubauer towards the cage, down low, and he will stop and pass it back out. 24, Koulis. McDonald. Down low as McDonald works. Can't get that shot lane. Best defensive possession of the ball game thus far for CSU.
Yeah, it looks like CU also pretty content at taking their time, working the ball around, and no real hurry.
Roach moving towards the net. Johnny Roach creating a shot lane, moving to the near side, shot, and it goes just high from Brock Neubauer. Neubauer on the near side for the Buffaloes. Ball taken from him, picked up by Roach off one hop, right back to Neubauer. Neubauer rifles one, and that one goes wide. Snodgrass closest to it. A couple geese taking flight over the field. Ball almost hits one. Saw that in a baseball game one time with Randy Johnson. Did not end up well for the bird. 30 seconds left in the half. Roach with a pass that's too hot to handle, goes out towards the midfield line. And that's one of my favorite parts of lacrosse is watching players fight at an arbitrary marker that they can't cross. It's one of the most mind-numbing things, but I absolutely love it. Near side for CSU. A.J. Stewart finds a teammate. 9 seconds left. They got to get a shot off. Same thing as the end of the first quarter here, and taken away by Colorado's Zach Storm.
Little pickpocket.
It's been 2 storms here. One's been Zach, the other been's the snow. 14-1 after the first half of play. Colorado leading Colorado State in the Rocky Mountain Showdown. We'll be back for the second half of action. He's Zach Thompson. He's Cyrus Howland. I'm Jake Shapiro. Thanks for tuning in to Buff Sports Live.
That's wild.
What was so funny about
boring second half?
Because I was asking for me, because I was the
The
newcomer was
no
me.
idea.
Oh, okay.
I had no
thought you
idea
were
what you were
making
talking
fun of
about,
me
so
for
explain it
saying
for the new.
possession
And then
time.
when we were talking about the women's team, I was thinking, is he a player? I barely know. Mitch, it's 14-1. Scorebook says 13.
It says 14.
Oh, am I behind?
There's a delay.
Oh, I'm behind. My bad.
How dare you say that Mitch did something wrong?
Yeah, I think at the start.
A lot of alumni over there. There's a good group of alumni, recent and not so recent. Yeah. Guys who were there before me. Okay, do we want to do this? Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna go say hi. You went and said hi.
Yeah, it's also it's over right behind.
Do you just want to do something? You too?
I'm trying to think of how to do this on mic. Because I want to put him on. Well,
You could just have Mitch zoom in so you
From
guys
behind?
on the field.
Not
Like
even-
on the field. Just go to the over there a little bit.
can you throw that under to me? That one too. Under your chair.
Fenton. F-E-N-T.
Okay, yeah.
Back for the second half of action between Colorado and Colorado State here at the Rocky Mountain Showdown. Jake Shapiro, joined by Mitch Fenton, the assistant coach for the Colorado women's lacrosse team. Mitch, been an unbelievable year. First off, congrats on the year. It's been awesome to watch from afar. Guys won yesterday, first in the Pac-12. What's been working for you this year?
I think, this year has really been about team effort and kind of coming together as a family and as a unit. We had a little bit of a rough start as far as our regular season went. So the girls had a goal in mind, and that was to play hard for a teammate that they lost. Really just to focus on doing everything as a unit and leaving it all out on the field.
You haven't been the assistant coach the whole time this program has existed, but you've been around this program, working with the men's lacrosse team and being on the men's lacrosse team. To see a program grow from nothing to being first in the Pac-12, the first season in the Pac-12 in I think just 5 years, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah, it's been a really good kind of developmental run as far as the team is concerned. I was fortunate to work with the goaltenders for the last 3 years, and then recently become a full-time assistant coach. But really, Ann and her previous assistants, right now her associate head coach Alex Frank, they've done a really good job of developing the players that they have and creating a culture of success that it transcends the lacrosse field. It goes into the classroom, it goes into the weight room, and really just all-around effort when it comes to all things lacrosse.
Well, I can tell you some of my favorite athletes on campus are your women's lacrosse players. Fun athletes to be around for sure. But let's talk about your team, the team that you used to play on right here, dominating the CSU Rams 14-1. You've seen it today. What maybe is the untrained lacrosse eye not seeing like me and that you are seeing from this game that is making Colorado so successful?
And I think this is one of those things that even an untrained lacrosse eye can see, is that this is an old rivalry. It's a rivalry that's gone on for a long time, and it was a rivalry that CSU definitely dominated for a long time until recent years. And so there's that little bit of an edge that comes along with playing a CSU team, whether it's football, hockey, club, or varsity. It doesn't matter. If it's CU versus CSU, there's a lot of passion that comes with that game. And so coming out here, making a statement on your home field, refusing to be beaten by your rival. And so I think a lot of that goes into the mindset, into the execution of this game.
He's Mitch Fenton. We're going to take a second of a break here and step aside so we don't get hit by a lacrosse ball, and will join us in the tent. Thanks to Mitch for joining us, and congrats on the season.
Yeah,
Mitch.
thank you guys.
Great. Yeah.
God, we put on a good show. Man.
And we're back here for second half action. Face-off about to happen with a score of 14-1. Whistle is blown. Face-off starts. Cameron Babin takes the ball into the attacking zone for the Buffaloes.
14-1 Colorado leading here in Boulder, Colorado, between Colorado and Colorado State. Shot just goes wide from a Buffalo stick as they try to make it 15-1 here in the Rocky Mountain Showdown. I'm Jake Shapiro, joined by Cyrus Allen and Zach Thompson, where we've seen Colorado dominate for the first 30 minutes of play, and John Roach with a shot that goes off Frank's shoulder out there in net for Colorado State. Bounces out to the far side, and CSU will regroup. But a great job done by Colorado. John Galvin rallying the troops and just get them going to start this game.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. No, yeah. Yeah, John Galvin came out with a game plan that's working. That's big for CSU, coming with a goal right out of half after a chance Roach had to score and add on, but instead CSU the other way. But Galvin, like you said, I don't know, he came out, they were a little mad from Utah. I don't think they were happy with that game at all, and now they're going to kind of take it out on CSU, but a little life from CSU there.
Derek Delaney with the goal for CSU. Great start for the Rams. And there's an old saying in baseball, you can't win a game in the first couple innings, but you can lose a game in the first couple innings. Has CSU lost this game yet?
Yeah.
Because they, okay.
Sorry, no, go on. Were you going to, did you have more there?
Well, I was going to say they just scored a goal to start the second half. I mean, that's a great start to the second half. Colorado scored 14 goals in a half. Why can't CSU?
Have you ever seen a game where 14 goals were scored and then someone did that?
Cyrus, considering the amount of lacrosse games I've seen, no.
That's fair. That's fair. No, so I mean, it can be done, but the domination that CU had, they scored they scored 13 straight. Unless CSU could go on a run and score 10 straight in this quarter, then there's no way.
I think the CSU Rams just said challenge accepted, a shot and a goal from the Rams right off the stick of Alec Womack. And I think
they
Alec
might
is
prove me wrong.
Cyrus Allen to shut his trap. 14-3.
14-3. Still a lot of goals, but maybe I should stop talking.
I think CSU wants you to keep talking.
I'm sure they would.
Zach?
Yeah, this is a sharp start for CSU. Frank Colleen had 2 big saves right there on the first offensive possession for Colorado, and then turning it around, getting a couple really quick goals. Now, Jake, now you have a football score, 14-3.
Look at that.
That is a 2-touchdown to 1 field goal game.
That football score seems kind of familiar in a CU-CSU game. When did we see that?
Oh, yes, yeah, that was pretty recently. Maybe
Colorado 14, CSU 13.
Yeah.
Was that? Oh, that was this last.
It was the
season.
football game, yeah.
Okay. Colorado State takes this face-off again, and here they come, the Rams, with some life in them all of the sudden.
Now you got to weather the storm if you're CU. You know CSU's going to come out involved out of the halftime. They talked about something. They got to make some adjustments. They already have done that, but you got to weather the storm if you're CU and get through this. They're going to come out strong. You knew that.
The question is, can they come back?
They're going to try. You know they're going to try. As Mitch Fenn said, this is a huge rivalry game. They're not going to give up. They do not want to come in here and just get embarrassed by their biggest rivals.
You can see the pep in the step. They've definitely got some momentum feeling through their blood and coursing through their veins, which is the same thing at the end of the day. Derek Delaney on the near side. You're getting some
peak science.
Some more science from Shapiro.
Science man Shap himself.
Grant Brennan on the pass over to Derek Delaney. Delaney with a pass inside, not capitalized, taken up by Nicky Cottrell briefly, and then run over to a teammate, Blake Sandman, and he controls it for Colorado.
Well, that was a great chance for CSU. Just missed the pass. He was open. All he had to do was kind of turn around.
Jackson Marlowe with a cross-field pass over to the near side for Sandman. Sandman will throw it back over to Marlowe, and Colorado gets it over the half-field line. Another bad pass from the Buffaloes, and that one ends up CSU ball. And, this is the time in a game where it looks like Colorado may have, sat there at halftime, thought they may have won this game, and all of a sudden some of those fundamentals like we talked about in the first half have escaped the Buffaloes.
Yeah, it's CSU just coming out more aggressive right now than the Buffaloes. They're actually pressing inside on their attack, which they didn't do the entire first half, and Colorado's really just letting them so far.
Meanwhile, in the broadcast booth, I brought some hand warmers because it's 35 degrees. Haven't been working, looked at the packaging. They expired 5 years ago.
That is impressive. You bought hand warmers more than
Shot
5 years.
Colorado State with another goal, with coming from number 33, Josh Kelly, and they go on a 3 unanswered streak to start the second half, and it's 14-4.
That's what they needed. Riley Russell not happy about that one. He was mad at some of his defenders, put him on an island, but a little bit of life from the CSU bench
and something
the fans.
Colorado has taken advantage of in most of these games is they've been called the cardiac kids, and I think a lot of that has to do with altitude and them being so well-trained in endurance. We saw that not work against Utah because Utah also has that altitude advantage. Colorado State also has that altitude advantage, so you know they won't get weak later in the game just because they don't have enough red blood cells. Somehow more science.
Hemoglobin. That has to do with altitude sickness, I believe.
Vitale can't win this draw. CSU right in front of us, gets control right towards the middle of the net. The long stick of 52. CSU with a pass back to the right side, and a shot, and a goal!
Watch out, better call a timeout.
A quick one from the Rams again, and that's 4 unanswered from the CSU Rams, making it 14-5, and they are storming back on Colorado.
Yes, their sideline has life.
Fans have life. Better watch out.
Ryan McDonald's halftime adjustments have been working so far.
Figured out something because the defense in the first half stifling. Now they're finding the holes.
This is the closest 9-goal game I have seen. CU ground ball towards their own end. CSU picks this up because of course they do.
They're winning everything. They're winning the controls.
Peyton Task on the near side evades a defender. Gets it over to his teammate, Derek Adelman. Adelman near the half-field line will throw it over to the far side. Pass goes back to another teammate on that CSU side, and then over to number 3, Donovan Crabtree. Crabtree picks one back towards the X and then throws it around. CSU on that right side wing, working on the attack. A.J. Stewart, pass over to 33, Josh Kelly. Kelly, who's just scored a few moments ago, hands off to a teammate over there behind the net, loses it. Kelly picks it right back up. Kelly with a pass over up top and a shot on the ground, and it goes wide of Russell Riley. That shot coming from A.J. Stewart.
And that's what's been working. They go behind the cage, they pass it all the way across and get a free rip, and start of the half, they've been going in. And there's a big save. That's big for Russell.
Russell Riley making a nice high save there, something he is not a strength in his game.
Yeah, but he needed that one. He came out allowing 4 quick goals. Needs to settle down. Their whole team needs to just settle down.
I'll tell you what, yeah. This might be the most important position offensively for the Buffs. They got to get a goal here and stop this run. Calm it down.
Polk, near side, looking for a shot. Moves back over to the right. Finds Roach on the goal line extended. He throws it behind towards the X. On the run, Roach. Neubauer. McDonald. He'll take a few steps. And a shot.
There it
and
is.
A goal to the far side.
5 holes been open all day. And that was perfect. They didn't go too early, waited for his moment, took a shot. Big goal, now back up 10. Huge. Huge.
Ross McDonald making like Troy Tulowitzki on that jump toss there.
Really? You're not going to go with current Rocky? You go with an old one?
Went with the one who made it famous.
Okay.
It's like you don't say the guy who dunked from the free throw line. Whoever does it now, it's Michael Jordan. It's always Michael Jordan. Even though Dr. J did it first.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because he did it in the ABA. The ABA. I wish there was an ABA for every sports league like that, where just they most insane rules possible.
What is the XFL? It's coming.
Oh, God.
It's coming. I'm ready.
Escada, near side for number 8, Galen Sloss. Some water dripping into the broadcast booth now. Gotta watch our electronics.
Mitch, help.
Nick Goulis to the left side.
Mitch is the one in the rain, so I'm sure he has his own issues to deal with.
Yeah, he's got one of them.
We have a tent.
They treat us so well. Ross McDonald on the right side.
Gonna go for it again.
And that one saved by the goaltender as Ross tried to go low.
And that was the same exact play he just scored on. He went around to the right, got some space, and went low. This time, couldn't get it to go in. Well, I think they got their feet under them. CSU came out and shocked the Buffs a little, but now they've gotten in their offense a few times, taking their time. But
which of these two animals have hooves? Buffaloes don't have hooves. Do Rams have hooves?
Do buffaloes not have hooves?
Do they not have hooves?
I thought they do have hooves.
Do they hoof?
Hooves?
You've seen Ralphie run enough times.
Well, I can't see her feet. They're moving so quickly.
Oh, that's a good point.
And I'm pretty sure a ram also has I think they both have hooves.
I would think so.
Were you gonna? Where was that going? I'm so interested. Where were you gonna go with
You're
that?
talking about the feet of these teams, so I was thinking about the mascot and do they have feet and where?
So the hooves
are
of the
under
team.
them.
The hooves are under them.
Yeah, the
Okay,
hooves.
I like that.
You got to look under the hoof. That's where the team's engine is. It all starts with the feet. And that might sound weird, but it's not. My parents own a shoe store. It's all been my whole life.
It's all connected.
My whole life's been about feet.
Yikes.
I know how bad this sounds. Trust me. Colorado State moving up the far side. Pass over to the near side. Colorado falls back on defense pretty nicely there. Backdoor pass not executed on as the Rams try to find A.J. Stewart. It was 420 yesterday here in Boulder, Colorado, if that's what you're thinking, but I was at work. Grant Brennan, left side. CSU throwing it around clockwise this time. On the 7-hand, number 25, Grant Brennan takes the ball, moving over towards the 9. Throws it a back door for CSU, and it goes off the crossbar.
Ooh, that one looked
Russell
close.
Riley's going to have to thank the crossbar tonight, and another shot. That one goes wide as well. Penalty flag flies, and I don't know what that's for.
I got hit after in the shooting motion. Can't really hit a player when you're doing that. It'll get called.
Looked like it's going to Jackson Marlowe, either a push or a late hit. Check to the head.
You could say the Buffs will be
to the head.
a Jackson Man Marlowe.
Unnecessary roughness to number
Unnecessary roughness.
penalty comes at
That one didn't even warrant a response. Probably accurate.
Yeah, I was not going to dignify that with a response, Jake. I'm sorry.
15-5, Colorado leading with 17:05 left in the third quarter. CSU with their second man up, scored on their first one this afternoon.
That was our only goal of the first half.
Yes, 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 yes. Near side, Brian McGee throws it behind the net. CSU passing it around. I'll let you know when they shoot it. McGee with a pass behind the net once more.
They'll work it around. They'll take their time.
Pete Apple, near side, bad pass, and Apple's going to have to chase this.
This is a nice deflection, and I mean, Colorado got lucky with that post out, but they got a lot more work to do here.
Applet. And CSU, 20 seconds left on the man up still. No shots yet.
And last time they waited till there's about 2 seconds left on it, so we'll see. Watch out if they can pass inside somewhere.
Goal line extended left side, pass
There it
back
is.
out inside. The shot is never executed on, and Colorado picks up the loose ball. Nice play there
It's a
by
nice,
Zach Storm.
it's a nice clear. There's still work to do, but
Ground ball out in front. Russell Riley was not in his net, so a clutch play there by Ben Ekadal, moving the ball up where Jack Polk now carries it for Colorado. Polk.
oh, nice
inside
pass.
to
Ooh.
Wharton, and Frank makes the stop up top.
That was an amazing pass, but a better save. That was wild.
Man, I'd love to be 6'4". Michael
You said
Seaman.
earlier, though, they got to go low on him. The low
going high,
shots
yeah.
are working. The high shots, he's good.
He looks like he should be playing linebacker for the CSU Rams.
You never know. He might. It's their
Off-season sport. Hey, you get out of ETA, right, or training,
I'd love
practices.
that if he did both, and someone would say, "Hey, what do you do here at CSU?" I play club lacrosse.
Oh, dinger off the post.
I play club lacrosse. Yeah. Aren't you the starting linebacker? Yeah. But
Oh, yeah, that
club
too.
That's the other thing I do.
I care more about lacrosse,
Club lacrosse and
That's bigger.
D1 starting linebacker.
Hey, we never said he starts.
I would start that guy. He's huge.
I mean, CSU, he might.
Yeah, you didn't need to do that.
Playing some Mountain West teams.
Meanwhile, John Roach is the same size as Katie Nixon, who's the receiver for the Colorado
There it
Buffaloes,
is.
as CSU nets this one. A.J. Stewart pulls it back to 9.
And that was
with 4:44 left in the third quarter.
That was a long possession. They had the ball for quite a while. They hit the post 2 times. It's only a matter of time that they're going to get something actually on net. So long possession, get something from it, but going to have to pick up the pace if you're the Rams.
First 10 minutes of this quarter did go by pretty quickly. I guess the first couple minutes of it, though, completely dominated by CSU. And since then, it's been a lot of back and forth.
Time flies when you're having fun at the Rocky Mountain Showdown. I said that like I'm not having fun, but I am.
You did sound like you weren't having fun, but I know you are.
Broderick Vitale into the zone for Colorado. Great face-off win for CU. Takes a stick to the face on the pass over to his teammate, Jack Carr.
And that right there, Jake, is a possession timeout.
Another one.
I possess that knowledge now, thanks to you, Zach.
Learning every day.
With this timeout, I'd like to thank Mitchell Sanchez behind the scenes doing a production job today. This is Buff Sports Live. I'm Jake Shapiro, joined by Cyrus Allen and Zach Thompson. 4:35 left in the third quarter of the Rocky Mountain Showdown between Colorado and Colorado State, where the Buffaloes lead the Rams 15-6. They're foes from Fort Collins. They're frenemies on the Front Range. They're fighting words with the... I don't know.
Yeah, no, you were close. You almost had it. I was rooting for
They're
you.
adversaries on the I-25 corridor.
Quarter nice. On the turnpike would have been better.
You guys say that at 9 News a lot, the I-25 corridor.
I-25 corridor, yes. Yes, we do.
Do you have to write that into the script, or do they ad-lib that?
So I don't write. Yeah, for those wondering where I went this year,
Yeah, you tell
I got a
them.
job in Denver at 9 News, morning director for them. So couldn't make a lot of the games this year, but I thought I'd come back.
Tell them what time you
the
woke
big
up
one.
today.
I woke up at 3 this morning. I've already been to work. I left, and now I'm here.
You know what's funny? You go to work at, it's not funny.
It's not funny for me.
I got
for you it is.
I got home last night from work at 3.
Yeah,
We have the exact opposite schedule.
it's really fun. But
It's not fun for either of us.
I have fun. I have a great time there. I'll tell you what. Tune in. 9 News tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. on Channel 27 to 9 on Channel 9.
There you go.
Shameless plug. I don't care.
Should I promote my Rockies content now?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Colorado with the ball. Tevin Hamlet takes control as the Buffaloes on offense, up 9 goals with 4:30 left in the third quarter. Johnny Roach behind the net throws it over to Christian Snodgrass. Near side, 4:32, Peter Bogard, and thrown over to the far side where 12, Ryan Russell takes control towards the net. A shot saved by CSU, pops out. Big check there by John Roach, of all people, and the ball still being fought for. Won by CSU on the ground. Buffalo's bouldering all over the Rams, 3 players on it, and what a play by number 41 of CSU, Peyton Kask, bringing the ball upfield, but he's finally shoved out of bounds by the Buffaloes, and then a shove post-play as well.
And that's just a stupid mistake. That's just letting your emotions get the best of you. Peter Bogard comes after the play's over, kind of goes and headbutts the CSU player, and they had the ball, and then the referee will overturn it. So
Yeah, that's rough for Trayvon Hamlet because that was one heck of a body check.
yeah, it was. He really sold out.
Got a little hockey in
Well,
there.
I just got huge breaking news, actually, that has an impact on my life and Colorado athletics. The Chicago Cubs have called up local Denver kid David Bodie, who played high school baseball at Faith Christian. That means David Bodie, who the Cubs play the Rockies tonight, is going to make his major league debut in his home city of Denver, Colorado.
Oh, well, look at that. That's nice. Good for the young lad. I hope we beat them, and he loses in his debut.
Also, speaking of Colorado athletics, we have not yet spoken about the Colorado Avalanche, who forced Game 6 last
Oh, it was a
night
wild game. I was
by
asleep,
beating
but I heard all about
the
it.
Predators. It was a great game. Needed 2 late goals after getting scored on. And yeah, it
See
was
if
a
they
great
can force a
game.
Game 7.
Yeah, the Game 7 would be back in Nashville, but Game 6 for the Avs will be right here in Denver.
You like their chances? We are good at home, I'll tell you what.
It's hard to play at altitude at Pepsi Center. waiting on the call from the officials as they get together to talk this one over. Flag is down.
And we'll see what they're going to call. Got a little time for substitutions, though. And it looks like it'll go against CU.
It's Nick Cottrell, unreleasable for 1 minute.
Penalty against number 27 for the Buffaloes. Non-releasable 1 minute cross check.
Okay, well, we'll see. CSU now 1 for 2. They scored on their 30-second man up. Couldn't score on the minute man up. We'll see what they do here. Both times they really waited towards the end to wait to get their shot. We'll see 2 minutes left in the quarter. CSU still passing around, trying to find the open man, find the space. There's always going to be one. Just got to find the right one. Down to 30 now, and the man up.
Yeah, and Colorado's just kind of sealing off the inside, letting them pass as much as they want around the outside, but they're not allowing anything inside until number 34, that's Gabe Ramschard, forces his way in.
Yeah, it was a good shot, but a good save. Another good save, so Russell really stepping up big. Russell Riley doing everything he can. Got 2 shots on him already, but that should just about kill it. See, the ref's still
looks like we're adjusting the time on the clock. I believe the clock kept running when the ball went out of bounds. It's mostly for the penalty time.
See how much they add. It's at 1 second now.
Now they've cleared it off.
Yeah, it looks
the
like they
board.
might just take it off completely.
They're just letting that one go.
Colorado's still a man down.
Penalty release.
And there it is. Now it's gone. They just took it off the clock completely. And a turnover, so they don't get a goal. Another defensive stand.
Yeah, that was a good stand by the Buffaloes. Man down for a full minute, and they really only allowed one really good chance there by Remschard, excuse me. And other than that, good turnover, and now they get an attacking possession.
We'll see. They got a minute left, just under. Look for the last shot. End this quarter. It's just gone CSU's way, but end it on top would be big for CU. Go up 10. That'd be a hard comeback to do, and it looks like it's going to be here, and it is. There it is.
Jack Carr puts it in, bounces it underneath the goaltender, Colleen.
Well, and that's what it's been all day, going low. That was a big goal. I mean, plenty of time. Still 44 seconds. But it's a good response, going back up 10. And, I mean, you like your odds. You go into a fourth quarter up 10. That's a hard comeback to do, especially against a Buff team that's been rolling for the better part of this game.
And for the two of us that work for women's lacrosse, we always like these 10-goal games. And the home team that's up always likes it, too.
Yeah, and women's lacrosse, it's the running clock.
And
that's just makes it so hard to come back for them. Not the case here. So CSU will have a chance.
Yes.
If they play the whole fourth quarter the same way they started the third, they have a chance.
They could make a comeback.
I mean, in the way Colorado played in the first quarter, if CSU played that exact way in the fourth quarter, they have a shot.
They do have a shot. The face-offs such as that one, though, are so important for them to have a face-off violation right away and give possession right back to the Buffaloes. It's a tough way to do it for CSU, but that's exactly what you want for CU.
Yeah, we'll see. 25 seconds now. That one right off the chest. 15. CSU's going to have to move if they want to get a chance. Down to 10.
Down. Use a full.
I got a long pull.
Clear.
Oh my! They almost did it. Woo!
Wow. And that'll just about end the third quarter here. As Russell Riley rifles one the entire length of the field, and that will do it. 16-6 after 3 quarters of play. Colorado leading Colorado State. Will be back for the fourth quarter of action in just a few moments.
I should be there right now. Interview with him. It's kind of where I'm stuck. He might be there already, but I'll get him after the game, I guess.
What time is the game?
It's at 6:10. Clubhouse opened 10 minutes ago, so I'm not gonna make it. It's my problem. I can't pack up everything.
Where do you have to go?
To work, yeah. One of my really good friends got called up to the Cubs.
Oh, that's
David Bodie.
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What position?
He's playing third base for the Cubs tonight.
Serious. Wow, that's huge. You play at Faith Christian. That's they actually have a really nice baseball.
Yeah.
I pass it all the time.
Played Legion ball in Boulder though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So you'll be going for the Cubs tonight.
I'm always good.
I thought you were a Rockies fan. You're just a Chicago. Oh,
I'm
nice.
a Cubs fan.
Nice. Chicago sports fan.
Yeah.
Blackhawks, Cubs. You're not a Bears fan, are you?
Oh, Bears suck. I hate the Bears. They ruined my childhood.
We're back for the fourth quarter. Cameron Babin lining up on the far side. We were informed once again, one of our farthest listeners in Louisiana, his younger cousin Braden Babin. Thanks for watching the game once again.
Babin here for Colorado. He is number 13, playing as a junior, so not his last day as a Buffalo. Broderick Vitale on the draw for Colorado as we start the fourth quarter. Buffs ahead 16-6 in the Rocky Mountain Showdown against CSU. I'm Jake Shapiro, joined by Cyrus Allen and Zach Thompson. Right side, John Roach for the Buffaloes, one of their leading scorers. Throws it over to the near side for Ben Politz. Politz takes a screen and will be whistled down for a penalty as he took that screen. Colorado State on offense. They need to score and do it quickly and do it often and do it really often.
Yeah. No, you said it.
All of that.
All of that, and they might be able to get a win here. We'll see. 10 goals is a lot for one quarter. I've seen it done.
It's like that
Not by the Rams, though.
Chicago government mayoral.
Gubernatorial.
What's that?
Gubernatorial.
Yeah, well, their motto was vote early, vote often, because you could vote as many times as you wanted back in the day in Chicago. For CSU, they're going to need to score early and score often.
Got to start off. They started off so hot in that third quarter. They got to do it here. We'll see. The defense looks like right now they're standing them up, but we'll see.
Near side.
Space.
Shot
There it is.
and a goal for CSU, and that will help them as they try to make the comeback. That's Pete Applett with the shot and the goal, and it's once more a 9-goal game.
That's who's going to do it for CSU. You need Applett to get hot.
For the Rams, off the pass from
Yeah, and that was just a good shot. Russell Riley picked the wrong side. He started sliding to his right, and Applett just shot it to his right, to Riley's left, and just right past him in the upper corner.
We'll see. 1 down, 9 to go.
Trayvon Hamlet now in doing faceoffs for the Colorado Buffaloes. He won that one.
Buffs on the attack on offense. Wharton near side, throws it over to the far side for Colorado. Number 21, Brock Neubauer with the ball. Cradling it, throws it over to Johnny Roach, picks it up off the ground. Roach with a nice scoop there, throws it over to Trayvon Hamlet. Hamlet down low. Into the middle to Wharton, and call Ophelia because Hamlet was denied.
Nice.
They call me William Shakespeare for a reason.
Ah, there it is. I don't know, if you're Colorado, it was a good possession. You got to take your time. I mean, getting a stalling, at least warning, isn't the worst thing late here in this game. Haven't seen a lot of it this year.
Yeah, we have not seen the shot clock yet this game, and for John Galvin, he's probably going to want to start kind of stalling, running the...
Near side, Neubauer for Colorado attacking the cage. Will have to step back. Had a good run at it for a brief moment. Now Neubauer in the corner, throws it over to the near side for Carter Esqueda. Up top to Sloss. He moves right back down towards the goal line, and he finds Esqueda once more. Esqueda with the right hand, cradling the ball. Moves towards the top, Deeks. Finds a player behind the net, that's Wharton. A couple moves from Wharton. He pops out in front. And the pass to Neubauer is not capitalized on. Neubauer picks it up off the ground, resets for Colorado, throws a bad pass to Esqueda, who slows it down for Colorado. Esqueda on the run, moving towards the right side, into the middle. Great pass to Wharton, shot, and a save there by the CSU goaltender.
And Wharton had a look, but he went right at the net. I mean, I want to go low there. It's been working. I know he didn't have a lot of space, but Culhane saw that the whole way in. I mean, he didn't even have to move his stick that much.
Colorado State slowly on offense. They've got no time to do that.
I mean, they keep going at this pace, they're not going to make it. You gotta have a sense of urgency. I know there's plenty of time, 12 minutes, but 9 goals, you got to have a sense of urgency early. Now we're seeing a little high pace from the CSU, trying to get in the goal, but watch out, you drop something.
And Colorado with a great interception there. That was Zach Storm. Storm makes it rain with the ball and gives it over to his teammate, Ross McDonald. Over to the near side, big check there. Neubauer in control for Colorado. Up top for number 30, and that's Willie Gettinger. Pace slows down. What happened there, Cyrus?
Did you see McDonald after that collision? He ended up with the CSU player's stick and then kind of just dropped it over to the side. Said, I'm not going to give you your stick. You can go and grab it.
And it goes wide.
And that should be... I'm surprised they didn't call that against Roach. I mean, I guess I didn't see that. Well, it looked like he got hit after he was shooting it. I don't know.
I was thinking the same thing. They're kind of letting some things go here so far. A couple pushes just in the last minute that could have been called, but I like that they're not calling it. Let the players play.
Like that. They know it's a rivalry game. They know.
Players are going to play, and the haters are going to hate. Hamlet with the ball for Colorado. Near side to Wharton. He spins around, goes goal line. Wharton with a shot and a goal. What a beauty from Ben Wharton. Ben Wharton on the deke, spun, went goal line, and then shelved to beat the CSU goaltender and makes it a 10-goal game once more.
Number 11, Ben Wharton with the score for the Buffaloes.
That was big. Big goal for Wharton.
Great shot, great pass. Again, that was a good, strong offensive possession like we saw early in this game, but we haven't really recently.
I mean, like I said, I think it's just a little too much too early for CSU. Buffs won this game in the first half. They got a cruise control to the end. 10 minutes left. Still time.
Well, good thing about cruise control is they've got Jack Carr on their side.
Yeah, they do. Just, hop in. Jack Carr.
Slowly move down the road. CSU wins this back towards their own end, picks up the ground ball.
They got to win faceoffs, too, if they want to come back. They got to start winning them consistently and get on that run, and that's not what they need to do. Unforced turnover.
The formula for knowing what, or sounding like you know what you're talking about in the cross is you just say, they've got to win faceoffs.
Right?
All you got to do is say faceoff.
That's it,
yes.
faceoff. And then we'll win.
Everyone believes you think that they know what you're talking about, but all you said is faceoff.
A very important position. Actually,
see, you're doing it right now. All you're saying is it's an important part of the game.
Yep.
We don't even know how important it is. We just know it's an important part of the game.
Well, for an example of how important it is, in professional lacrosse, many times there are 3 very high-paid players. The goaltender,
bad turnover,
this is intercepted. Ryan
and the faceoff
Russell
guy.
Riley
those
back
are the big
retreating. 3. CSU on the run, can't capitalize right away. Colorado does a great job falling back into their defense. CSU almost turns this over. Guy making the sub picks it up, but just briefly as Johnny Roach comes up with it. Jack
got lucky there.
On the run for Colorado, near side to Esqueda. His pass to Wharton is intercepted, but comes back to number 6, Paulitz. Esqueda on it once more for Colorado, and he is cradling it to the right side. Shot from Polk, and that one ends up in the back of the net and makes it 18. That's 18 for Colorado to a CSU 7.
And again, for us that work women's lacrosse, we'd consider that one the insurance goal. But again, there's no mercy rule in men's lacrosse. So
Well, that was not Jack Carr, so that was not car insurance.
Facts only. And you know, CSU had a chance
Or Zach
there.
Storm, so it wasn't storm insurance either.
Yes. CSU had a chance. CSU had a turnover, and CSU was about to get an offense, and then they just gave up another turnover. So 2 turnovers for CSU in a quick short of time. That's going to lead to fast break and get a goal. And Escada on the fast break almost found Wharton for a beautiful goal, but couldn't quite get it. Polk had to come in and clean up. They're going to call that against CU.
It was a hold, which
Loose
is
ball
something
hold.
that's fine later on Saturday nights, but not at this time in the afternoon for Broderick Vitale.
No
CSU
comment.
on
No
offense.
comment.
Hey, Mitch Green lit us.
That's
Behind-
true. Mitch did green light us.
Behind the X, or on the X, behind the net. Can't do both. You can only do one at a time. Left side for CSU. In no particular hurry. Here come the Rams. Say my job's play-by-play, but there's not really a play going on here, so.
Not much. Colorado pretty much. It was, for a little bit, you were a little worried.
Yeah.
That first start. And
I was
then
trying to keep the
turnover.
viewers into the game, honestly.
Oh.
Let's keep it surface level.
Get going.
Colorado across the midfield line. Here
Get going.
comes
Take the
Cameron
rip.
Babin.
Oh, I wanted Babin to take that rip.
I wanted to see his cousin get excited about on the goal on the other end in Louisiana. Fortunately, Cam did not live up to what we build there, Zach.
Yeah, and then he just got tackled as he was
Yeah,
running
just
off
trying to
the
make a
sideline.
sub.
He looks to be okay.
He's pretty mad about that one. I tell you what, watch for when he comes back in. He's going to have to unleash some rage.
I've never been mad. Carter Esqueda behind the net on the X.
Never?
Only actually laughed. Esqueda making some moves down there. Goal line extended right side. Pops out on the left side. Esqueda controlling. Throws it over to the right side. Great pass. The shot never got from Snow and Grass stick into the goaltender. A defenseman made a nice play there. A couple defensemen in there for CSU. And up the near side, they take control of the ball, trying to get the clear. And we've seen this happen a couple times. They end up right here, turning over the ball. Loose ball on the ground. Colorado picks it up, and this has been almost every play we've seen in this game. Near side, wide open. Esqueda, shot and a goal. How about a double hat trick for Carter Esqueda? He's got 6. Colorado's got 19 as they lead the Rams by 12 in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, great job getting the ball to Carter Esqueda. He was just one-on-one with the goaltender, Colleen, and he'll win that one more often than he loses it.
Yeah, he had all day there. He picked his spot.
Well, he might not have the easiest name to know, or pronounce, I should say, but you definitely should know it. It's Carter Esqueda, and he is Colorado's star player this afternoon.
Good senior day for him.
Esqueda from Thousand Oaks, California, went to Thousand Oaks High School, the 6'1", 165-pound senior, in his final 7 minutes here in Boulder, Colorado. Getting physical here. Loose ball on the ground, still picked up by CSU, and I don't know how it ended up in the back of the net, but that's 20 for Colorado.
I don't know what happened, but somehow Carr.
One of the
Sometimes
more
you don't know how car
unique celebrations.
crashes happen, but they happen.
you
And
see
that
that?
car crashed into the back of the net.
Did you see the celebration on that one, Jake?
No, I was watching because you told me last time I talked about the celebration. You gave me some comments about that.
That one was a good one.
That was a good one.
You want
Was
to tell
it
us?
a
You want to
unique-
tell us what happened?
A unique arm flailing.
So you know the
dance.
inflatable
Yes.
weird guys at
Inflatable
car
arm tube
dealerships,
man?
arm
Yes.
tube mans, where they're kind of flailing. Yeah, they pulled out that one. That was a good one. So I'm telling you though, 20 goals. Who
As the theme song to the Jersey Shore once said.
you do not know the theme song to that.
Music
Don't
make
do
you
that.
lose control.
Is that the theme song?
Yeah, let's
Do you-
get it.
I don't know.
Music makes you lose control. It's Missy Elliott. Come on.
I'm
Ooh.
not going to be mad that I don't watch Jersey
Ouch.
Shore. I will judge you for it, though.
I don't want to get hit with a lacrosse stick is what I'm thinking right now.
No.
That's why we stay off the field.
Oh, I was just talking to the CU women's hockey team, and I'm like, when does your off-season training start? They're like, oh, it already started. I'm like, didn't your season end like 3 weeks ago? They're like, yeah. I'm like, I'm so glad I'm not an athlete. Brock Neubauer, pass to Escada. Ground ball, picked up by Escada. Can he get 7? People say it's a lucky number. Escada, 22.
And CSU's pretty lucky because they have 7 goals today. It's a good number, I hear.
Snodgrass.
I don't know
McDonald.
if I'd consider them lucky today.
Not today.
Coolis. Right side Coolis. Behind. Escada. McDonald. Shot. Wide. Escada there.
Goodness, and Galvin on the sideline still yelling at his players. Not easing up. There's still 6 minutes of game left, boys.
Snodgrass for Colorado. Behind the net. On the X. He's making a couple stutter steps.
Do it
Pops out in
yourself.
Front. Behind the back. Shot on the backhand. Can't get it to go. Rebound is loose. Escada on the ground. And a whistle comes. It will stay with the Buffaloes. Neubauer. McDonald for Colorado. Over to the right side for Coolis. Takes a couple stutter steps, then moves in on the run, right wing side. Pass over to Snodgrass, taken away from him on the ground. McDonald fighting for it. McDonald can't get to it. He gets help from a teammate. That's number 44, Jack Carr, but he can't pick this ball up off the ground, and it will be retreated by CSU. Escada coming from nowhere to chase this defensively and forcing a CSU pass they didn't want to make. They're on the ground. They're out of bounds. But not before a flag could be called against CU.
Well, I got the first big hit. Saw the players on the ground. I thought, I'm going to give him one more. Just for good measure. But he will get called for the flag.
Feeling grounded here. On the X, CSU pops out, shot. And it goes wide. Geez, my hands are cold.
Hey, you're not even wearing gloves. You're an animal.
Yeah. I don't even know why.
Just this game's so exciting. It's got the blood pumping. It's got to be it, right?
Looks like they're calling that an illegal body check on Ross McDonald.
And that results in how much time on the man up for CSU is the question.
Be 1 minute. 1 minute.
Un minuto, as they say
4:40.
somewhere.
Jake Shapiro, Cyrus Allen, Zach Thompson here for the final 4:30 of the lacrosse season in Boulder, Colorado. Colorado is going to take home the 3 seed. CSU will make the playoffs as the 4th. Those playoffs take place in Salt Lake City in just a few days' time. CSU on the man up here. Final moments of the regular season. Buffs up by 13.
Interesting tournament to see. Utah ending undefeated. You got to like their chances. But
Considering they're going to D1 next year as well.
Yeah.
They will, and the rest of their games this year in both the RMLC tournament and the MCLA tournament will be in Salt Lake City on their home soccer field right in the middle of campus. So they it's a good
little
year
advantage
for them to be
there,
good.
yeah.
They will play CSU next week in the first game, and CU will go on to play BYU.
When you got 2-man up, is it called 2-man up in lacrosse?
Sure.
It's called whatever you want it to be, Jake.
I don't know.
What are
I
you
didn't know
going to go with?
I was just asking if we pluralized the whole thing. Just learning, man.
30-second penalty for holding against.
So a 6-second 2-men up advantage for CSU, and then 30 seconds on the man up of extra time after that 6 seconds expires for the Rams after that penalty to Colorado's number 10, Zach Storm.
A little 6v4. You can call it that. Do you like that? No?
Well, there's 5 if you count the goalie.
You don't count the goalie in hockey.
I know.
It's true.
Near side, CSU popping around. Can they get a shot lane? Far side, a shot goes wide off of Russell Riley. Makes a nice save with the left leg. And 19 seconds left on the second man up for CSU. Colorado now has 5 men on the field, 6 if you include the goalie. Colorado State has 6 offensive attackers. There you go. Left side for the Rams. Left side goal line extended, back on the X. Popping out to the right wing side. Can't get that shot lane. Colorado doing a great job on defense. Unjars the ball and picked up by Nicky Cottrell. Sandman on the far side with the long stick. 3 minutes left in regulation time, and probably this game. Right side for CSU, or for CU, popped out into the middle by number 44, Jack Carr. Carr finds a pass, thrown to number 50, Nathan Bull, who scores for Colorado.
And
the Boulder, Colorado native out of Fairview High School nets this one and gives Colorado a 2-touchdown lead at 21-7.
Nice. He wound up that one for about 3 seconds. Defense saw it coming, couldn't do anything.
Goalie change for the Buffaloes. Peter Wharton.
This will be by far the largest margin of victory the Colorado Buffaloes have had this season. And the fans are starting to adorn the CSU fans with a chant that's not so pleasant for them.
Yeah, and we'll have 2 goalie changes for both teams. Have both freshmen coming in, Mark Dufresne for CSU. And the other freshman, a sibling on the team actually, Peter Wharton, the freshman.
Look at that. Good old Pete in net for Colorado. They don't call him Little Pete, but he's a little bit smaller than Big Pete.
See, 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes left in this game, and a good win, dominating. I mean, there was one point where CSU gets scored 4 straight. They come out as Wharton gets his first save of the game. But really, dominating game. First, they won the game in the first half.
First
you're up
quarter,
14-1. Yeah,
even.
first quarter you could even say. When you're up 8-9-0, it's just that's hard to come back. And then CSU made a little run, but it wasn't much. You just had to weather the storm a little. It is exactly what you want. You come off 2 losses, which is the perfect response coming in because you're a little angry, a little mad. You want to go into the tournament with a little bit of heat, and that's exactly what they did. Not only a little bit, but they came out and just dominated CSU.
Both of these teams have to go into next week playing like they did at certain points of this game. Just for the Buffaloes right away at the beginning of the game, they played aggressive.
And they're going to have to do that.
They've got to do that in order to beat BYU.
BYU's a good team.
And Utah, maybe, if they have a shot at that as well.
Yes.
Yeah, CSU got to have short-term memory loss from that first half because they did not play well. They were totally dominated.
CSU,
Utah will come and do that to them in a heartbeat if they let them.
Absolutely, and CSU has to play Utah like they did up in Fort Collins.
That was a great game.
Forcing overtime. Utah needed a lightning warning with less than 2 minutes remaining in order to they were down a goal at that time and had to have the lightning warning, and then
near side shot goes
as
wide.
Time expired. And then they won it in overtime up in Fort Collins.
So I mean, the CSU team has the talent to keep up with Utah, and they had to look like they had a chance to beat them. So this tournament is going to be wild. Any one team you could see winning it all.
Absolutely. That's the exciting part of lacrosse.
Bull with the ball for the Buffaloes. Moving down the left side, Bull bowls this one into the net. Bull's got 2.
Bull taking his chances. I mean, late here in this game, he said, hey, I want to score some goals.
The freshman on senior night showing the future of the Buffaloes, and it all starts with B-O-L. That's Nathan Bull.
And another Boulder native. He went to Fairview High School right up the road.
Someone went to Boulder High School.
Yeah. I will be unbiased for CU-CSU. I will not be unbiased for Boulder Fairview.
Interesting.
Rivalries run deep.
I'll never have to cover Boulder Fairview, so I can boo Fairview people for the rest of my life. 58 seconds left in this lacrosse game. Ball picked up by Zane Larson with his big stick, moves it over to the near side where number 16, Will Myers, has the ball. A different unit for Colorado now on the field. You understand Willie Gettinger having Stroll with it right now. Gettinger throws it over to the right side for
Score another one, Bull.
Bull looking for
Do
the
it up,
hat-trick
big boy.
goal within the last minute of the game. He'll throw it behind the net, picked up by the goaltender of the CSU Rams.
Bull's 6'5", tallest player on the team.
Right side for the Rammies. 20 left. Buffaloes will take this one and move to 10-3 on the year. Their only losses coming.
Number 1 Chapman.
Yeah.
Oh, Chapman's
Number
always so
2
good.
Utah. And top 10 team in BYU.
Yeah, you'll kind of take those losses.
And they end their 2-game losing streak as well, both on their home field here.
Yeah, that was big.
And they get a great win on Senior Day. For Zach Thompson and Cyrus Allen, I'm Jake Shapiro. A big thank you to Mitch Sanchez behind the scenes and all of you that have been watching and listening all year long on Buff Sports Live. We'll talk to you very soon and maybe even have the games for you next season, depending on what works out. We hope to have them for you. We thank you again for listening and watching. One final time, Jake Shapiro. See you soon.